is SCAC Softball Media Days, and we are here with our final team for Softball Media Days. It is the defending SCAC champion, Texas Lutheran Bulldogs, head coach Wade Wilson, sophomore pitcher Samantha Yenny joining us this afternoon. And first of all, we want to thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us to discuss the upcoming season.
Thanks, Jim.
Coach, let me start with you. It was a historic season last year, a great season. You guys won the SCAC title, went on to regionals, and had some great success there as well. So let me simply ask you by saying, what are your expectations going into 2015?
I think they're high. We've got a majority of our team back, and every one of our pitchers, and we lost Molly and a few other players. So expectations are very high. We're excited about it.
Samantha, let me start with you on this. Throughout the preseason, maybe even going back to fall ball, going into practices throughout January, and getting ready to start the season here soon, what have you seen from this team? Tell me some things you've seen that you really like.
I really like the fact that all of us really get along well together. I mean, it's when you get 24 girls together, you can have some personalities that tend to not mix so well, but this is one of the best teams that I've ever played for. We all just love each other so much, and we just mesh really well on the field, so that's pretty exciting.
Coach, let me ask you the same question. What have you seen throughout the preseason from a coach's perspective?
I think that's exactly what Sam mentioned is what's important for us. When you have a big team, and it was our first experience with that last year, the key for us is being able to get along and play for each other. And I thought we did a great job of that, managing personalities and understanding that we're all in it for the same reason, all pulling the rope in the same direction. And I think if we continue to do that, then things will be fine.
Sam, you guys open up next weekend. You guys will start against Louisiana College and UT Tyler over in Tyler, Texas. Just simply share with me just the excitement level among yourself and among the rest of the team just to get things rolling here again soon with a new season.
Everyone's pretty excited. I mean, I know it's kind of nerve-wracking because it's like the first games of the season, and our newcomers are a little nervous, but our returners and everything are just really excited, and we're just ready to get to work, ready to start the season off on a good note.
Coach, 3 seniors on the team. As you've mentioned, you have a lot of returners with some experience returning on this team. Just tell me about some of the leadership roles and how important that's going to be to this team.
Well, I think it's unique in a situation because we ask all our kids to be leaders. I think everybody leads in a little different way and scenario that other people step up. But I think our 3 seniors definitely have the most experience and have been with us the longest, especially Ashley and Hope. Excited for them for their senior year, and hopefully we can send them out on a good note.
Sam, hearing the talk of leadership, obviously only a sophomore on the team. You're with some upperclassmen pitchers who I'm sure are great leaders among the pitching group. But tell me how important it is for you as well to kind of emerge as a leader yourself.
I think it's really important for all of us pitchers to kind of take on our own leadership role because we all have something so different to bring to the table. When one of us isn't working, then we have so many other amazing pitchers that can come in and help our team out. So it's important for all of us to be leaders because we all have something so special to bring to the team.
This is SCAC Softball Media Days. We're here with head coach Wade Wilson of Texas Lutheran University and sophomore pitcher Samantha Yenny. Coach, I'm going to come back to you. Let's break the team down a little bit. We'll start with your pitchers and catchers. As you've mentioned, you have a great group of returners, a very deep pitching rotation. Also tell me a little bit about your catchers, what you've seen from them throughout the preseason, how they'll impact this team.
Well, we've got our entire battery back, so we're excited about that. Behind the plate, we've got Hope Estes as a senior and Jennifer Gallagher, who's a junior. Jennifer Gallagher tore her ACL last year, finished the season, so she spent the fall rehabbing that, and she's good to go. So with those 2 behind the plate, we're excited about that. And then our pitching staff, to have as many arms as we do and to have them all back, and they've all bought into it and all kind of know their role. Knowing their role changes from week to week and game to game. So, we've got a young group, I would say. We've got 1 senior and a junior, the rest are sophomores. So we're pleased with that and where they are and the direction they're moving. So it's a good spot to have when you got 6 arms.
Sam, as a pitcher on this team, you work with the pitchers day in and day out. Just describe to me what it's like, again, to have such a deep rotation, but to work with these girls and feed off each other day in and day out.
Oh, I love working with the girls that we have. I mean, all of us, we just genuinely care about each other, and we get so excited for one another when one of us does well. I mean, you would think that with 6 of us, there's so much competition, and yeah, that is true, but I mean, we all want each other to do well. I mean, there's never any, I want to be pitching. It's, I want my fellow teammate to do the best that she can for our team. It's awesome.
Coach, moving into the infield again, you have some returners all around. Tell me a little bit about this group and what you're seeing from them.
They're a salty bunch. Taylor Yancey at first base. This will be her junior season. Been a starter for us there. And then Ashley Jacobson, player of the year last year, and just a phenomenal player and leads in her own way. At second base, Grace Estes at shortstop, and she had a phenomenal season defensively last year. And Heather Hummel at third. Nicole Snow could see some time on the infield as well, both at third and first. She's swinging the bat very well. So our infield is going to be, I think last year they were just consistent is the best way to describe them. And as long as we continue to do that, I think we'll be just fine.
And Coach, I'll stay with you. Let's move into the outfield now and tell me something about this group.
Well, there's going to be some question marks out there. I think we've got Jack returning in center. We lost Molly, who was a phenomenal player for us, defensively and offensively. So we're thinking Braden Pinkard, a freshman, redshirt freshman, that'll be out in right field for us. And then we've got 7 or 8 kids, both infielders and outfielders, that are competing for the other spot. So we're deep, and I think each of those other kids brings something unique to the table. And I think it adds some pressure there to compete, and which I think is healthy. So we're excited, very excited about it.
Sam, I'll ask you, and Coach, I'll get your thoughts as well. You have some newcomers into the program as well. Just what have they as a group brought to this team?
Oh, our newcomers are pretty awesome. Like, they brought such awesome personalities. I mean, they're so energetic and they're so willing to learn, and they're willing to let us help them understand, what Coach expects and stuff. And I haven't seen any negative attitudes out there at all. They're just really genuinely excited to be here.
Coach, I ask you the same question about the newcomers, especially when you come to a team that has a lot of returners. Just tell me how they've handled that and what they've brought to this team.
Well, I think the big adjustment for them is understanding their role. I don't know that any of our newcomers are going to see a lot of playing time this year. And they knew that going in, but at the same time, we expect them to work hard and to buy into what we're doing. And to this point, they've done an unbelievable job of that. Their personalities, as Sam mentioned, fit perfect with our team. And that's kind of been our motto, is that, I think if we stay together, then we'll be fine. If we have a tendency to have some drama on the team or not have the ability to get along, then we're going to be our own worst enemy. So they fit right in with us, and eventually I think they'll be able to help us. But right now I think their roles is more of a let's try to catch up and learn as much as we can and improve.
We'll get you both out in this final question, Sam. Let's start with you. For Texas Lutheran to meet its goals and expectations in 2015, what will be some keys to success throughout the regular season?
I think we just have to remember that we need to play our game all the time. We can't get into our heads anything, because last year's gone. It's over. It was a great year, but it's a new one. Anything could happen. And we have to understand that we just need to play our game, and if we do, I don't see why we couldn't build on last year's success.
Coach, I know that you can't follow up too much after that answer, but what will be some keys to success from your perspective?
Well, I think continuity is huge for us. I think we've always had the motto that we're going to play one game at a time, and no one game is more important than the other. So I think if we show up and concentrate on the little things, the big things will take care of themselves. I don't think that we need to get ahead of ourselves, and Sam said it as well as I can, is last year's over with. So I think our target's a little bigger this year. I think we may have snuck up on a few people last year, and I don't think that's the case this year. So it's a lot harder to stay on top than it is to get to the top. So we've got our hands full with a conference that's only getting better with young coaches and new coaches coming in. So I definitely think that we're going to have to play every weekend. So we're excited about that, though.
The Texas Lutheran Bulldogs will open things up February 7th, 2015 in Tyler, Texas against the Louisiana College Wildcats. It will be a doubleheader that day beginning at 2 p.m. This has been SCAC Softball Media Days. We wrap it up today with the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs, the defending SCAC champions, head coach Wade Wilson, sophomore pitcher Samantha Yenny. We appreciate you so much for taking the time out and joining us this afternoon, and we wish you and the rest of the team good luck in 2015.
Thank you so much, James.